speaking of real or fake, you and I had a discussion a couple months ago when True Detective was first becoming popular about
I talked about that one nonstop. I love
episode 2.
Oh, episode 2 of True Detective is when the lovely, if I remember her name, Alexandra Daddario, who had a little role in, was it Percy Jackson? Or no, a big role in Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Yes.
Maybe she's like Poseidon's daughter. I don't know what the hell she was in
She
that.
plays someone's daughter and is
really?
along
Okay,
for the quest.
There you go.
She's along for the quest.
And she's a one-of episode. If you're really into Always Sunny, if you remember the episode where 2 rich people fall for Dee and Charlie, and then it turns out like the one after Dee is pig partying her. But the girl really loves Charlie, and then she bangs him and he calls her a whore for it.
Oh.
she's the chick that loves Charlie. She's you don't realize how big her jugs are until you yeah. But you don't in that episode. Like then you go back after seeing her nude in True Detective, which to me was a revelation, and then you see her in that Always Sunny, and you're like, oh my god, they really are not bad.
I guess
Continue.
The thing that I picked up this weekend watching that episode, because I watched it with my girlfriend, and as we were watching
Mistake number 1.
Well, here's the thing. I got the perspective that you were missing on this. If you really watch that scene again,
with the whole thing is this young thing strips in front of Woody Harrelson, and she knows. Here's the best part about this fictional character, and made me love her even more. She knows he's got a wife and kids at home, but she's just like, I'll do you better. Like, it's such young girl logic. I love it. It's like, I'm just going to screw you way better than she does, and then you're going to fall in love with me.
Right.
and what guy wouldn't be like, well, I really want you to try. I don't know if you're going to succeed, but goddamn if I don't want you to try your hardest, sister.
Here's the thing with the way that shot was, that scene was shot. If you watch it, it's very slow. The way that the sex scene goes down, you almost never see her breasts move, which leads me to believe they are not real.
Pox on you. As the Greeks would say, pusu.
So this is why I watched it with a woman, because I wanted to get
You're
the perspective
wrong.
of...
You're absolutely wrong. Those are as real as
How
our love
can you
for each
tell?
other.
Because the easiest test to me is
Slope
watching
test.
them move.
Slope test. No, it is slope test.
I think you're accustomed to watching people who get boob jobs that are overdone. Whereas this to me is just like skinny girl needed a bit of a upgrade in order to get Hollywood roles.
I mean, look, if they are fake, they're fake. They're perfectly done. I don't care. Am I really going to look that gift horse in the mouth?
I think like if you actually got to touch them.
I've played with fakies like a couple times in the strip club.
And?
If they're well done, they don't feel that different.
But you notice, like, it's...
Well, yeah, there's a line.
Is your brain still functioning where, like, you're like, oh, that's not real? I'm not saying that you're going to go, like, lose a chub on that or anything, but, it's just like, is your brain functioning enough to be like, not a real boob?
No, it doesn't seem like creepy and alien, like, because it's still under the skin. It isn't like John Hurt on the table after choking on his spaghetti, and he's got the burster coming through him. Like, it isn't creepy and otherworldly like that. You're like, so be it. Those are fake. I don't really care. And look, I'll give this much to fakes. Until the bra comes off, unless they're horribly done, they're awesome. Like, you just see the proportions involved, and you're like, oh my dear God. Like that Eden Center, that Vietnamese mall.
Yes, at Seven Corners in Northern Virginia.
Yes. And I go there for their banh mi sandwiches that smell like raw sewage because they just have fermented cabbage all over them or whatever the hell. Oh, God. You leave those in a car for 5 minutes. It smells like someone dumped a chemical toilet in your trunk. But every time lately, at least one Asian girl with like really corked ones.
Man,
and I mean, you can tell because they've got no ass. You're like, oh, when they sit, their spine must hurt.
Yeah.
I don't really, unless they're like absurdly done, like to really bad proportions. I'm just like, that was not bad to look at. Now, when the shirt comes off and they took like 2 centimeters of skin or whatever, I'm not good with the metrics, 10 centimeters of skin, they stretched it to cover like 20 centimeters of boob. That's going to look a little weird. I mean, that's like what they do when you got a burn victim, right? They put a bubble under the skin to stretch it out, and then they chop out the spare, and then just tape that over your, your Darkman face.
Wow.
But that's like their can permanently. So yeah, I don't like it when it gets a little skin stretchy.
Okay.
Like to me, that's where the wonderment dies. But I'm gonna look at her. You forced me to do this. I'm gonna have to look at her bare breasts on my phone right now.
I don't like it when we talk about something sexy like fake boobs, and you turn it into a discussion about like helping burn victims have a reconstructed face.
I don't even know if
that went from sexy to sad. Like
I don't think people are like immediately turned on to hearing fake boobs. I think we're okay. You just think of a glob of silicone when you. I mean, dude, those got a nice hang to them. Those really have a good hang.
And yet you realize the best plastic surgeons in the world are LA based. You know? I mean, it's just you're going to have such a high proportion of the best in that city where fame is directly correlated to the quality of your breasts. So, look, I'm afraid, like...
If they can do that, like, just shut down the medical industry, the people with AIDS, I'm sorry. The people with cancer, I'm sorry. We've done what we came for.
Just, you don't see them move on camera. Movement is usually what betrays a fake breast on camera.
We should get her on the show. Get to the bottom of this. That's all I want to know now.
Well, you know what her answer is going to be? John, you're right. Howard's a moron. That's going to be her answer.
Her answer is going to be, let me place your girth between them and you can take a softness test. And 47 hours later, I'm going to go, one more trial, and then expire upon her.
Hours, or do you mean seconds?
No, hours. I would take a sliver of a wine cork and put it up my urethra in order to prolong that incident. I would be going out on top. Oh, exactly. It would be like, what is it, 48 Hours when Beverly Hills Cop, when Eddie Murphy shoves the banana up the tailpipe to cause the backfire. That would be my...
There's something wrong with
my seminal vesicles.
Oh, man. Oh.
I would have a scrot like a beach ball. She'd be like, are you okay? Keep going. I'm fine.